All right, let's talk about how we take our flute apart safely. So we are going to go in the exact opposite order as we went before to assemble it. The first thing we're going to do is holding our flute up here at the neck so that we're not putting any pressure on any of these flute rods. What we're going to do is just gently twist off our foot joint, okay? And we're going to turn it around and put it back in our case the way we found it. So this is where it might help to take a picture of your flute in the case so that you know which direction this goes until you get used to it. A couple things, if you're having trouble getting your foot joint off of the flute or having trouble getting your head joint out of the neck of your flute, please don't ever put grease or oil on your flute. That's really going to gunk up your flute over time and make it really gross and dirty and very, very difficult to use. Instead, we always want to clean it using a soft, clean cloth just to wipe off any of these connection points if you're having trouble getting either of these pieces off or out of your flute. Okay, next thing, we are going to take our head joint out. So again, holding the flute on the neck so that I'm not pushing on any of the keys. I'm just going to gently twist and wiggle the head joint out of my body and set it back in the case, same direction I found it. Okay, and finally, with the body of my flute, I'm going to turn it around and set it back carefully in the case so that this key right here is pointing towards me, okay? If you have it the other direction in the case, when you go to try to close your case, the lid is going to push on that key and bend it, and that would be really bad. So, and turn it around, set it gently in there, okay? And now when we go to close the lid of our flute, everything should close very easily without any pressure. You should never, ever have to force your lid shut. And if you're having trouble getting it shut, then please reopen it and take another careful look at how you have your flute arranged. Sometimes you can forget and put this in backwards, and that's going to make it really difficult to close the lid of your flute. Another thing to know is when you have a cleaning cloth, please, if possible, if you're going to keep it in your case, make sure that you keep it over to the side so that it's not pressing on any keys. Or even better yet, if you can keep it in your music folder or in a backpack or a separate pencil bag, please do that so that you don't have it on top of the keys, because when you push this down, it's going to press on the keys, and over time that's going to damage our flute. So my lid is going to close nice and easily. Always make sure that your latches are completely secure so that when you pick up the flute and walk away with it, the case doesn't fall open and your flute doesn't tumble out onto the floor. And there we go. We've successfully put our flute away.